Hey there, it's Bobby Legs and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches, and welcome to what I guess I'm calling part 2 of the 2023 State of the Watch collection. A couple weeks ago, I put out a collection video, all of my German watches, which pretty much represent all of my mechanical watches, save for 2, the Girard-Perregaux GSHOCK 2 and the Panerai Luminor, which I've had forever, and you've seen them in so many other collection videos. Now today's video will be focusing on, the forgotten watches, the digital watches. I mean, some of us really hold our digital watches close and dear to ourselves. Others just use them as tool watches and maybe don't even see it part of a greater collection. I kind of am in the middle of that. So I have a bunch of digital watches that I'm going to showcase. Most of them are G-Shocks. A couple surprises at the end, 2 watches that are not G-Shocks, surprisingly, right? And but watches that you may not know about or see about and have happened to come into my collection in one way or another, and I really like them. So anyway, let's flip that camera around and take a look. As I mentioned earlier, the digital watch collection of mine consists mostly of Casio and G-Shocks, and there's a couple pieces at the end that you typically probably have never seen before, and so I'm excited to showcase those as well. Now, before we get into that, if you like this video and others that I do, please consider liking and subscribing and clicking that bell notification to get notifications when I upload new videos. It really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. So thanks again. So let's get into the watches that I consider more of the real tool digital watches that I wear when I go mow the lawn, or I'm doing stuff outside with the kids, or working out. Let's get started here. Now this one is the Casio AE5600W. Not a G-Shock, but a really legible watch. As you can see, you could definitely tell the time here. And I like this one. This is a really easy, simple watch that does several things very well. Like I said, tells the time. It's got the stopwatch. It's got the chronograph in it, and really inexpensive. I think it's like around $25. And this watch has been great. Very light on wrist. Just durable, really durable. And that's a common theme here. If you haven't had any experiences with G-Shocks or like these Casio watches that you'll be seeing this evening, is that these watches are very tough. That's part of the mantra, right? So great little watch here, great big watch here. Just really easy. Like when I throw this thing around. I just throw it around. No disrespect to the watch, but that's what it's made for, and it's great. So moving on to the next piece here. This is the DW5600E. If you don't have one of these collections, go and get one. It's on Amazon. It's around $40. This is the no nonsense Casio G-Shock Square, the classic. Another great watch. I've had this for, I don't know, maybe at least 5 years. And if the battery dies, I'll just get another one, another watch. They're so inexpensive, and they do so many things well. Again, telling the time, all the other functionality, just a great watch to have in a collection. Please just do yourself a favor and go get one of these. Wear this when you don't want to wear a nice timepiece or any kind of timepiece doing any kind of work. If you're sticking your hands in the mud, if you're chainsawing some wood or doing anything manly, this is a great piece to have. Okay, moving on. Here is the DW5600SU. Is this the SU? Is this the one? I don't want to go out of order. Yeah. Really cool watch. Another square. I love this army green strap and case that it comes in. I mean, like, it's pretty much not too much of a difference here between these two, except for this has the negative display, which I also like. I don't have problems or issues reading the negative display. It's just when I want to switch things up and not just wear this watch right here, I'll throw this one on. Another great watch to do work outside, and go to work out in the gym, if that's your thing. These watches can take a beating, and they're addicting. I mean, they're reasonably priced. This one's probably around the $120 range, I think. I don't know. I don't even know the prices. I mean, they're just so inexpensive and affordable that you can get really sucked into collecting them. And yeah, I love the squares. And speaking of squares, I have another one here. And this one, I don't know if I can resurrect this one from the dead. It is a solar power. This is the GW5610. And it has been in the watch box with no exposure to light for a while. So there's a certain point where there's a point of no return with these, that if they don't have enough, if they don't get that solar charge, they don't really come back on. So I'm going to stick this one outside and see if I can get a charge back. But it has a nice little, I think this is a combi bracelet that I got it with. I bought this from someone pre-owned, obviously, and it was like, like, I don't know, like $50 or something like that. It's really inexpensive, fun, slightly smaller than the other ones, right? I think there's a little bit smaller, but love this bracelet. Gives it a different feeling than wearing the resin strap. Okay, now moving on to G-Shocks that are not squares, and this is the John Mayer DW69B, the second generation or second version of the John Mayer trilogy. Now this watch I probably wouldn't have bought, but a couple of friends of mine who are in the hobby wanted, we were talking about getting a group watch between the few of us for a while, and just couldn't agree on it. Didn't want to spend the money on a watch that maybe you didn't really like, but you just wanted to make everybody else happy. I don't know. Anyway, one of the guys took the initiative and said, we're getting this as a group watch, and he actually bought this for me. I paid him back because I was going to let him buy it. So like the five of us got this watch, and I got to tell you, I've worn this watch a whole lot. It is different, as you can see from the other G-Shocks that I have, and the off-white color does not bother me. I kind of like it. It's a nice little different pace. It's a great summer watch. I still do some stuff outside with it. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not keeping it as a collectible, so I'm not going to get the first one or the third version of the watch. But it's just a great piece, and it ties me to those guys, and we have something in common, which is really, really cool. Now moving over to another G-Shock, and that is the G-Steel B400, and I like these so much. These are so cool. They kind of break up the resin rubber type feel that you get with some of the other G-Shocks, and you have a stainless steel case here, and it does come with a rubber strap. So anyway, this one does have rubber involved with it, but it's a very, very cool watch. Different looking, obviously. You have the analog digi kind of feel here, which I like, and it's got all the typical functionality that you have with the other ones. This has the stopwatch, the chronograph, the world timer, so very, very cool. Love these, love them so much that I have another one, and this one is in all black with the blue dial and the bracelet. Very, very cool, different feeling, even though they look the same. But if you want to be this one I feel like I could take out and do things and go out. I mean, I could do that with all of these, but anyway, this one, kind of pass it off as a casual, going out with some friends kind of watch, going out to dinner kind of watch. So very, very cool. Love these, love both of these, love all my G-Shocks. So that ends the G-Shock part of the collection video. Let's move on to two pieces that were donated to the channel, and man, I most of the watches that are donated to the channel, almost all of them, I give away, but there's a couple that I just can't really part with, and one of them is this Autodromo Group C. Let's put in the light there so you can see. This is such a really cool watch, and Autodromo, is a brand that does a lot of racing inspired watches. And they do mostly mechanical or quartz. This one is quartz, but digital. And it's very, very cool. It's so different. It really sits nice and flat on top of my wrist, and it's so comfortable. The strap is, although it's a pain in the neck to put on, because it kind of just like when you try to put the strap through the buckle, it sticks. It kind of like it's not like sticky, but it sticks, and it's kind of hard to push through. But once you get it through, I mean, this watch is just so comfy. And it's a nice little pop of yellow. It's fun. It's just fun, and I like it. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to stay. Another watch that is just different, and this is the final, digital watch, I guess you can consider digital, and you'll see what I mean in a second, is the Ventura Design Spark Sigma. This watch, very, very cool. It's got that look, that driver's look. So you put it on your wrist, and you could, you're holding the steering wheel, and you can see the time there. A lot of the functionality, like the chrono functionality, stopwatch, 24-hour clock. But here's a cool feature of this LCD screen, but it's powered by this, the automatic rotor that charges the battery, I guess. There's really not that much information out there on this brand and this particular model. And I will do some research and do a more detailed video. I think Watch Chris has a video on one of these, but the rotor powers the battery. It's kind of like similar concept as the spring drive maybe of Grand Seiko. I don't know. I don't really want to make these assumptions, because I'm probably wrong, and somebody's going to correct me, and I just don't know all the information yet, and I will, I promise. But this is so dang cool, this watch. I really, really like it. It does require some attention, meaning that if you don't wear it for a while, the battery won't work. And so I've had it on a winder, and I left it on the winder for a few days, and it seemed to work. And then after a while, what happens is that it clears out all the data, right? So then you have to start from beginning and set the time again and the date and all that. So I try to wear this every other day for a few hours and just like mess with the rotor here. Not mess with it, but just, get it going so it can get a charge. So it does require some attention, but which could probably get old at some point. But I don't know. It's just so cool. It's so different. They don't make these anymore, I don't think. And you don't see these every day. Anyway, so that is the state of the digital collection 2023. Let me know what you guys think. I want to add, I used to have a titanium G-Shock. Mrs. Legs took that away from me. The camo. I also had owned some other steel versions of the squares. I had some Casios that Casios, I guess that's the nickname for it, that I've given to my son. He's got all my Casios. So any other digital pieces that you think will round out this collection, I am all ears. Please leave a comment below. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click those notifications. Again, I really appreciate it. Have a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.